Well, let's focus on Bajaj Auto then. The stock has seen a good run in the last month or so. It's sitting at record highs. The August sales as well was strong. So let's find out how things are shaping up. To help us out with that, we have Mr. Rakesh Sharma, the ED at Bajaj Auto, who joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Sharma. Good morning and thanks a lot for joining in. Give us an update on how's the export situation. Are things improving? And in particular, Nigeria, you have told us in the past that it was, I think, 15, 20,000 odd, still far away from the peak of 50,000. What's the recent update?
Good morning. Yes,
Morning.
the exports business had a little bit of an uptick, and particularly retails in Nigeria after a very long time touched 20,000 units for us, because they were around 13 to 15,000, 16,000. And this is a very good sign because the larger retailers and wholesalers started to buy in, and hopefully we will see an improvement further improvement in retail sales going forward in Nigeria.
Mr. Sharma, hi, sir. Good morning. So, can you tell us what would you project or want to see as a sustainable, steady monthly run rate in Nigeria? I mean, you've been clocking between 1,30,000 to, in good months like this one, almost 1,43,000, 44. So, say by the end of the year, by the end of the fiscal, what will be the steady state run rate for the business here, monthly run rate?
Well, it's very hazardous in this kind of a volatile situation to give you very precise numbers. I can only say that there has been an improvement. We are very confident that there will be a continued improvement as we go down the year. And last month in Nigeria was a very good sign. So we are expecting the same kind of a thing to continue with a little bit of an improvement. It's the slope of the curve which one is uncertain about. I think the direction is upwards, but the slope is what is uncertain, barring any new bombs which explode.
Sure. Okay, so let's talk about stuff that's not nearly as hazardous. And here I'm talking about hybrids, a segment that Mr. Rajiv Bajaj, in his last conversation with us, he was extremely bullish on the segment, right? And just want to know, so how is Freedom 125 doing? I think it's just, this has been the first full month, right? Deliveries, I believe, started. So what's the uptick and what are the expectations here?
Well, we've had an outstanding response, as you probably would also know. By the end of August, we had covered about 33% of the addressable market. When I say addressable market, it is, largely the 100 to 125cc segment, which is about 75% of the two-wheeler industry, and the percentage covered by the CNG network. That is what we regard as the addressable market. So we had covered 33% of that. The dispatches were about into 6 states, were about 9,000 units, and we have retailed about 5,500 of those. We've got about 12 to 13,000 paid bookings as I speak, and the more importantly, the feedback from the customers and from the dealers is very, very positive. People have widely appreciated the biofuel nature. The CNG, while the CNG is dramatically reducing, having the
right.
fuel
Mr.
cost,
Sharma,
just a minute. The gasoline is providing them the reassurance, and that has played back very well.
Okay. Good morning, sir. So just to get those numbers, you said 5,000 bikes sold, 12 to 13,000 bookings. Those are right. And you said 33% of the addressable, you've addressed the, what was that figure, sir? We could just explain. 33%
of the addressable market had been addressed in August, because, it's a phased rollout. By end of September, we would be in 80% of the addressable market. Addressable market is...
You mean 33% of your network has been, these bikes are now available. That's what you mean?
Yeah, 33% of the market which is addressable, which means, as I was saying, that all those markets which are served by the CNG gas distribution network.
I see.
So we have covered 33% of that, and by September, given the confidence which the teams are experiencing, the dealers are experiencing, and the adoption by the customers, we should be able to address about 80% of that by end of September.
So,
And the production capacity, I think you had said, was 10,000 units a month initially, which is expected to go up, right? By the end of the year, you had said 30 to 40,000. Could you give us a sense, are the run rates the same as it guided earlier, or has there been any change? What should we expect?
Yes, so 10,000 is what we have begun with. But next month, hopefully, we should be able to ramp that up to 20,000. And then as we move into January, in a phased manner, it should be going up to 50,000 units. And you see, this is...
And in terms of monthly retail sales, sir, on a run rate basis, what should we expect over the next many months?
See, this is a rising curve. It's not an easy question to answer that what precisely would be the rate. But you
roughly,
can imagine
sir.
As the addressable market is reached and product is supplied, I think we are we expect sales to, for example, double in September, because that's a very near-term view. And then let's see how it goes in October, November, December. But like I said, we are preparing for a 50,000 unit capacity. And obviously, we want to reach that capacity. But precisely exactly how each month will unfold, there is a season in the middle, and then aftermath of the season is always a bit subdued. We will see how it goes. But I can say that from now to January, we should be aiming towards a 50,000 mark.
So I'll tell you, sir, I'll tell you why we're focusing so much on the freedom numbers, because when Parikshit was speaking to Mr. Bajaj, he put out a target saying, a sales run rate of 40,000 by January. So now you're saying capacity will go up to 50,000. So we were just trying to gauge whether the teams are aligned and they can deliver on that target that he's outlined for January. Monthly sales, I think, of 40,000. But anyway, let's focus on the rest of the portfolio as well.
Is that what you're trying to do? Trying to see whether both of us are saying the same thing?
No, you will. I'm sure, but you don't know. Sometimes the big boss says a number, so we're just trying to understand if the teams are aligned and they can deliver on that number or not. That's basically what we were trying to get at.
Well, I would I would say that it is important for your viewers to know. I don't think it's as important to try and see if there is some light between cracks and all that. But what's important for your viewers to know, people who have stake in Bajaj Auto, that the capacities are being ramped up to 50,000. We have retailed 5,000 last month. We expect to double it. And hopefully the retails will move in the direction of the capacity which is being put forward. And let's see how it unfolds. That's what the bottom is.
Just to close the loop on this, Mr. Sharma, you said 50,000 per month sales possible by March of next year, right? I
think because I think you guys are asking too many questions driven by different objectives. Let me just, for the sake of viewers, explain and give me a minute for this, okay?
Yeah.
So right now we are in 33% of the market. Next month we will be in 82% of the market. Right now our capacity is 10,000. We wholesaled 9,000. We retailed 5,000. Next month we will improve our capacity to 20,000. And hopefully we are retails, which already we have bookings of 12,000 units, 12 to 13,000 units. So hopefully the retails will go up from 5,000 to 10, 12,000. We are expecting this run rate to continue to go upwards. So therefore we are putting in capacity. That capacity in a phased manner will go towards, go to about 50,000 units in January. And we expect sales to move in the same direction. Now, exactly whether it is 40,000 or 50,000 is difficult to say. So in quarter four, we expect, we are preparing for 50,000 units. We expect the sales to be around 40,000 units or so. That's what the thinking is.
No, absolutely. And we're not holding you to 40 or 50. I mean, as you said, right? I mean, this is, dynamics in the market, lots of things. But we get a sense. But this is going to be substantial, right? Because your average sort of monthly volumes over the last 12 months are about 370,000 a month. And you're so this is going to be substantial by very, very chunky, right? How should we look at this? I mean, your market share in this 125 segment sort of which has already increased quite a bit, has improved over the last many years. This grows substantially?
Yes, there will be a dramatic impact on the market share because of this, because a lot of the first information which we are getting is that the first movers to Freedom 125 are from the 125cc segment considerers. So there is the 110 to 125cc intenders. And therefore, and a lot of this is incremental. It is coming, as you know, our own share in the 100cc is lower, though we have a much better share in 125cc. But in the entry level 125cc, we don't have a good share. So therefore, a large part of this is incremental. Now, having said all this, I just want to say that a lot of this trajectory is dependent on the unfolding customer experience, which will be delivered by the gas distribution companies at the pumps. Because, on one hand is the savings which the customer is experiencing and all the other benefits of comfort and having pride of ownership in this vehicle. But on the other hand is the experience one gets when one goes to fill in the CNG. And therefore, it is not very easy to arithmetically extrapolate, because the customer is going to weigh the benefits, which I just said, and then also look at the experience they get at the gas distribution companies. Of course, we are working with gas distribution companies, and I must say they've been very, very supportive to try and improve the experience which a two-wheeler owner gets when he wheels in his CNG bike Freedom into this station. But in the end, we have to see how these two things pan out. And that is the big ambiguity in all this, which is making extrapolation, a little bit of an art and science.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sharma, appreciate you joining in. Quite a few positives coming away from that quick interview that we just had. You're talking about exports improving, Nigeria's improved, CNG capacity moving up. Hopefully sales keep in tandem. And I was looking at a Jeffrey's note which suggests that your market share has improved in the EV vertical, which you sounded very optimistic about the last time we chatted. Appreciate you joining in, Mr. Sharma. Wishing you all the best and looking forward to having a chat with you in the coming weeks.